Hi, I'm Sara Campoverde and this is my final presentation for CIT 260 course. I'll talk about some topics seen through this course, and I'll start for static class versus non-static class variable. Both are member variables because they are both associated within a specific class, but these are the following difference. Static variable is declared inside of a class, but not within a method of the class. It starts to exist when the program is loaded into memory. It exists as long as the program runs, and can be only seen from methods that belong to the class which it was declared. Instance variable is declared inside of a class, but outside of any method. It starts to exist when an object is created. It exists as long as the object exists. A private instance can be seen only by the classes which it was declared. Class variables only have one copy that is shared by all the different objects of a class, whereas every object has its own personal copy of an instance. In game control class, we can find examples of the static class, and in crop data class, there are examples of non-static class variables. Arrays and array list and enum. An array is a data structure that is used to store a fixed size collection of elements of the same type. In Java, arrays are objects of the array class. Arrays can hold primitive data and objects. The map class is an example of an array. This creates an array of location objects. As you can see, this is the fixed length array, and this is a fixed length array, and column and row are same data type. Array list. An array list supports dynamic arrays that can grow as needed. It means we can add and remove objects from an array list. It isn't allowed to put primitive data into an array list. Everything in an array list must be object. In game control class, we found an array list to display animals in the storehouse. This can be increased or decreased, and also it has different type of data. In this case, characters and integers. Enumeration. An enumeration is a fixed size list of content values. An object of an enumeration type can only hold the values defined in the enumeration. An example of enum is the team member class. This class displays the author of the game. It's a fixed length list where items don't change and all of them are of the same data type, string. Now, we're going to show some code examples made throughout this course from individual assignments. I'll start with for statement. It is used to execute a set of statements repeatedly until a particular condition is satisfied. In this case, we have display animal list method located in game control. It will initialize, then there is a condition where if it is false, the statement will stop, and if it is true, it will repeat. This referring to I++ represent increment. So this line will be printed as long as the length of the list is less than amount of the element in the list. Every time it will be updated. This indicates the index number. This indicates the index number and helps to print the lines with the updated statements. And this is the output for the previous code, the list of animals. Throw and catch errors. When a runtime error occurs, the program cannot continue executing. For example, when it is expected an integer but it enters a character, the program doesn't know to do so. In these cases, we can throw exception. This is an object that contains information about the error that occurs. The process would be a method in the view layer prompts the user to enter a value. As we can see, our example feed people view method asks, how many bushels of grain do you want to give to the people? The end user responds by entering the requested value. Through this statement, bushel equals keyboard next int. The method in the view layer calls a method in the control layer to do some calculation. It passes the value entered by the user. The method call is inside of a try-catch block. The method call is inside of a try block. The try block contains the code being executed and watched. The control layer method tests the value passed to it and discovers an error, and it then throws an exception. In our example, if user enters a negative value, it will display a message warning about this error. Likewise, if the amount of wedding stored is less than enter amount to give the people, it will display a warning message. Both are the warning message. The exception object is passed back to the calling method. Execution of the control layer method immediately stops. Execution passed back to the method in the view layer. The program looks for a matching catch block. This is the catch block. Typically, the code in the catch block will display an error message. Then the view layer method will ask where user to input the value again. In our sample, the error message will be or is, I am sorry master, I cannot do this. Character string versus byte string. File streams are used in Java to read and write data to a file in a sequential manner, character by character or byte by byte. All classes used to define the various streams are derived from the class's input string and output string. So we can use character streams when we want to create a text file in Java. Characters are stored using Unicode conventions. Character streams it is useful when you want to process text files. They can be processed character by character. A character size is 16 bits. It also allows you to read and write character data regardless of the format that the data. In the example of the game, this character string class is printWriter. It writes the character data using print or println method. Byte string are usually used to read and write binary data to a file to another process on the same machine or across the network. In the example of the game, we can see the save game method. We use file output streams, which is used to read and write binary data from a file. Character data to an external file. To write a character data to an external file, we use file output stream and object output stream. Both cases require that all objects that are read or writing implement the serializable interface. Because runtime errors can occur, but classes require that all objects that are read or writing implement the serializable interface. Because the runtime errors can occur when dealing with file on disk, we need to include this code in a try-catch block. Reading and writing an object that does not implement the serializable interface results in an I/O exception. Now it's time to see the game. Let's game. Now this is the game, and I'll game. So this is the main game menu. So I'll enter option 1 and it asks for my name. And then I enter 4 to manage the crops, and then age to run crops. So the first view is the crop report. So it asks for this: how many acres of land do you wish to buy? I will buy 10. Now this is the sell land method. I want to sell, for example, 5 acres of land. Now I want to give 15,000 a bushel of grain to the people, for the people. And do you want to plant 100 acres of land? So the percentage to give in tithes and offerings, I enter 10, 10%,